James G here with Tarpley Music in Fort Worth, Texas. And if you need to find us anytime, you sure can. Just go and log into tarpleymusic.com. Check out the site. So I've got a Epiphone guitar here that's kind of on their lower line introductory level stuff, but it's really cool. It's a very simple guitar in the sense, but there's actually a lot of applications for it, as simple as it is. So this is the Epiphone Les Paul Jr., right? So Les Paul kind of shape with the single cut, right? But Jr. because it's this real thin body, doesn't have any sort of arch to it or anything like that. And it is solid mahogany, okay? So this one is actually the Tobacco Burst. Just a nice classic black to wood tone there. The profile of the neck is a 50s profile. It is also mahogany, and it's a 12-inch radius. And this fretboard here is a Laurel fingerboard, which a lot of guitars are using that in place of rosewood. Keep costs down, and it plays fine. These are medium jumbo frets, and there's 22 of those. Now, it does have a Graphtec new bone nut, which is a pretty good nut, especially for a lower-end guitar and the price point there. So it does give you some sustain, easy to work on. The scale length is 24.75. Now, what is the scale length? Well, the scale length is the playable area, basically. So you got from here to your bridge up to the nut here. Pretty common. So the headstock is actually really cool. This is actually based off the Kalamazoo headstock for when Epiphones were made in Kalamazoo, Michigan, back in the day. So this is kind of a nod to that there. So cool looking headstock, and it's got some really cool deluxe vintage style tuners. And of course, this is if you notice this bridge here, this is a lightning bar wraparound. So it literally goes in through this way and wrap around up there. So when you tune it in, it's not. It looks difficult to restring, but it's really not. You just kind of get used to doing that flip around there. And this bridge, of course, is adjustable here. So it's pretty simple in the sense of it's 2-bolt here. If you're going to adjust kind of the height from there and then the nut, then, of course, it has a truss rod. And then all the electronics this thing has is one Epiphone P90. It's often called the dog ear. This black one here, this is a P90 Pro. In this, master volume, master tone. That is it. So it does have CTS pots, which is the old Chicago telephone supply. Those pots, so good pots, and they've got a good range to them of going from, and that is essentially it. So, what would I do with a guitar that only has one pickup? Well, there's a lot. So it's a one-trick pony in the sense of that one tone. But that one tone is a screeching P90 in the bridge. Okay, so there is a great tone for that. The other thing I've noticed is I know a lot of cats that will have these and they'll, raise the action just a little bit just to make a slide guitar out of it, because this is a great pickup to have in a slide guitar. It's near the bridge, so you get a lot of highs, a lot of brightness, and then it's just screeching with this P90. So, and since there's no pickup selection or anything like that, we're going to do a couple of things where I'm going to kind of take down the tone knob to 7 and then about 3, so you can kind of hear what it sounds like as you roll that tone knob. And but hey, really great, simple little guitar. I think it sounds really cool. All right, so we've heard the tone of this guitar by itself, but I'm wondering, what if I take that tone and throw it into a song that I recorded earlier? Let's find out. All right, hit it, boys. So the Epiphone Les Paul Jr. These are, and the other thing I really like about these play with guitar is from a student standpoint, because I've taught many a lesson, and I've had some of these because the scale length is just a little bit easier for them to deal with, and it's really simple, right? You plug it in, you got a volume, you can kind of do this with the tone. It's real simple, and that's not always a bad thing there. And like I said, a lot of guys will buy these in a cover band. They might have they might do some Rolling Stones where like everything's in open G. So they might just keep this guitar for like the open G stuff, and just that way you're not spending a fortune on something you might use 2 or 3 times, in a set. So that's another great application for kind of a guitar like this, because that tone gets pretty close to kind of that style anyway, but you can keep it in open G, or whether you're doing slide or just, kind of doing those kind of old classic rock songs. So I think that's a really kind of cool way to do it too. Other than that, it's a very simple guitar, but that's what it sounds like. And obviously it didn't, it's pretty easy to work on in the sense because you have a starter guitar. It's really easy to get to the 2 knobs, to the 2 pots in there. And it's exactly what it is. Is it a one-trick pony? Well, yeah, that's what it is. It's one trick and there's the pony. Okay. It's not really a pony. It's a dog ear. There's so many animals involved with this guitar. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so I hope you kind of got an idea of what this guitar can sound like, and maybe you're just like, maybe an application where you're like, you know what, I never thought about getting a guitar like that just to put in open G and keep in my repertoire. Yeah, it's a good way to do it. I've thought about it many times myself. Or maybe, hey, I've got a student, that they've had a guitar that just, they want to step up. It's another one to great look at this. And it's based off an extremely famous model, right? The Les Paul, got your one cutaway. And quite honestly, it's a good looking guitar. For inexpensive, I mean, it looks killer. It's a great top, and the back is a beautiful back here, and it does what it's supposed to. So it's supposed to play. So hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe I got your brain thinking about hey, maybe I do need a guitar like that just to keep as a slide guitar or open G or something like that, or maybe just a couch practice guitar, because we all need one of those to have right here at all times. I know I do, and it gets a lot of abuse. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please hit like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. And we're constantly dropping videos, and we're really proud of everything we've done, and we're just dropping videos all the time. So, hey, if you want to know when we drop another video, you can just hit the notifications there, the little bell, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.